So hello my friends, welcome to a great new episode of Heavy Metal Networks. So today we're going to go over how to turn one of these into one of these great sleevelesses. I've been inquired a few times about how I get my sleevelesses made, so we're going to show you today. Alright son, anyhow, let's rock it. Welcome to this episode, and today I'm going to show you how I make my sleeveless shirts. As you can see, there are many different styles of sleeveless shirt out there. I'm going to show you what we got here today. So I've found one of my old shirts that just doesn't fit right anymore, and you know, sometimes you just get tired of them. You need to switch them up. So what we're going to do is we're going to find our seam. Now there's two styles of shirt that I've noticed. There's the typical people that follow right along the seam and just cut out the actual sleeve, and then there's another style which is more like this one, where you extend well beyond the seam and you even cut it out up at top. Now this method will fray more, it will wear out more, versus this method, which if you cut along the inside of the seam on the side of the sleeve, it'll last ages because it's sewn. So if you really want to get technical, you can try to undo the sew seam with like a razor blade or something, or a real sharp thing, and you just kind of score it right at the seam, and you can kind of start to break apart the actual seam itself. So you can do it that style. Everybody loves a good old fringy shirt. As you can see, it comes off with a nice fringe when you tear it. You just got to be careful to stay on the sleeve side of your seam so that you don't tear into the actual shirt, or it's all over for your poor shirt. So we will continue with this, tearing around the sleeve. Now you may get to a point along the bottom here where they've come in with a secondary seam, as you can see here on the bottom. Sometimes you can't rip through that, so you just maybe want to give it a nice little saw if you're doing the rip method, or make sure you cut it good. Sometimes you'll get lucky and it'll pop through. So we continue, and you just keep on circling on around your seam. Yeah buddy, we're making a metal shirt today until it's done. And you have now successfully removed a sleeve. Needs a little cleaning up, of course. You know, like if it starts to tear a little extra, you can come back in, just tug on that seam and it'll start to come out. You can pull off all the excess real easy because it's following that seam. Now, if you want a shirt more like mine, what you got to do is you take this baby and you want to make it as even as possible. Let me get another shirt because there's two steps to this. So what we're going to do in this case, if you want to make one that extends, is you take your shirt and you get it perfectly stretched out. Everything perfect, right along each seam. Now once you've done that, you're going to want to find the very top corner. Okay? Put yourself a little chop up here. It's real easy. It's just like the last one, except for this time you want to stay on the shirt side of your seam. Over here. Not the sleeve side, and you just make yourself a little cut up here. Alright, and now what you gotta do is figure out how far down this shirt you want to go. You can go way down and really open up the sides, but the shirt ain't gonna last. So I generally suggest going about midway through the shirt. Okay, now you gotta make sure it's perfectly straight. You give yourself a little cut here in an upward motion so it looks kind of like this. See it? Alright, now what we're going to do then is take this shirt, stretch it out again, and fold it perfectly so that both edges are perfect, like you're going to fold it and put it away. Yeah. Okay, and you lay it down and you find your cut down here. Once these two pieces are perfectly aligned with each other. You got to try, I mean it doesn't have to be extremely perfect, but the closer the better. And so you find your little slit and you just start cutting right on up. You keep it as right up through this section. You're just going to want to, like, it'll make basically a triangle as you cut through that seam. And you just want to take that right on up. Keep going, and just follow right at the edge of that seam as you get up here. Just like so. Now you have evenly cut your shirt to a great sleeveless, as you can see. If you have short shoulders, you can come in more and get it more to your shoulder line. Sometimes it's a good idea to put these shirts on so that you can feel how it sits on you. And by doing that, you can figure out exactly where to start your cut if you want it to perfectly follow your build. Because unfortunately, all shirts are different. XL doesn't mean it's always XL. So every shirt's going to fit you differently. For instance, check out this Lamb of God shirt. As you can see with this Lamb of God shirt, it's cut much further down. It's actually right at the seam, but because this one carries down further on my shoulders than previous shirts, you can see it gives this extra special cool look. Again, personally, I love the deep shirts. I don't care for the ones that just cut around my arm, but it is an option. And once again, just show you real quick again, because again, I don't like the shirts that just go around the edge. You get it perfectly even. You find your bottom. You just start cutting. Just gotta keep it out flat and go straight and follow that seam. Make sure everything stays lined up, including the top two corners of the sleeve, or you'll have two offsets. You really don't want that. And there you go. Let's see how it looks. And beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful new sleeveless. I'm sure you'll be seeing this baby some more because I love As I Lay Dying. So I will be wearing this a little bit more often now that it's cool again. It's been in my drawer tucked away because it just didn't fit right. Now it's awesome. So some t-shirts, like your typical long sleeve, they're going to take a little more than scissors. As you can see, this is a very thick material, and if we're going to want to make this a nice metal sleeveless, we're going to have to get out the big tools. So as you can now see, we have made this stubborn long sleeve, thick t-shirt into a sleeveless. Sometimes it just takes the right tool. Alright, so once you've finished making your cool sleeveless, there's been another new great trend going around, and that's the burn or the singe. So I'm going to show you how to burn or singe your great t-shirts. So what we got here today is this t-shirt. Now, I'm not really a fan of this band. It's a local band from way back in the day up in upstate New York, and well, frankly, it's the perfect candidate to show you guys the burn technique. So here we go. That's how you make a sleeveless metal shirt. Alright, thank you for checking out this great episode of Heavy Metal Networks. We hope you guys love this stuff and you subscribe. subscribe. We're going to be doing more content like this. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff on here, so subscribe!